Hi, there is a snake near me and I'm very scared. My name is Aiden Dominic Raharjo, and in this video I will be talking about an interesting hobby that I personally picked up a few days ago. And this interesting hobby is coin collecting. So basically, coin collecting is when people collect rare, valuable coins that maybe look cool or are old, or maybe they collect coins that has errors. And the type of people to do this hobby, I usually group them into three groups. The first one is the people who collect coins because of their cool designs, and I personally consider myself to be part of this group. The second group is the people who collect coins because of their age. So lots of people in America, they like to collect very old coins. Lots of them want to have the first mint coin from America as part of their collection. And the third group are the type of people who collect coins for their errors. An example of an error coin is a coin that is double striped. So basically, when a coin is striped twice, an element design of the coin is striped twice, that falls as a double strike error. And this causes it to have two designs to overlap each other. So it's like a doubling. And there are also people who fall into these three groups. They just collect all kinds of coins because they like coins. And the way we do this is we can find coins online, or we can actually even trade them. And there are also lots of coin conventions and even an online coin community. And that's very cool. And the reason I find this hobby very interesting is because the very small, minute, and discrete details that people usually leave out are the things that can set apart a normal $50 coin with a $15,000 coin because of its error. And that's really interesting. So that's my video, and thank you for listening.
Greetings everyone, my name is Aristo and today I would like to explain and tell you about a particular sport that I would like to learn. This sport is something I consider unique compared to other sports that I have learned about. This sport does not require any form of equipment and will usually need you to perform acrobatic acts. This sport is parkour. As I've said before, parkouring does not need any equipment, though some people might consider gloves, knee pads, or elbow pads as supplemental equipment that will help them to cushion their fall or strengthen their grip during doing any particular exercise in parkour. Parkour is something that needs to be learned step by step. So I'll first learn the fundamental basics of parkours, like what should I do with my hands, with my arms, with my head, with my leg, and with my feet, and how should I move them around to help me better in doing acrobatic feats. Then I'll start by practicing in parks or relatively safe areas to help me build and consolidate my skills that I've learned in theory. Then I will level up my playing area from parks to a relatively more dangerous area or slightly less safe to help better my skills and sharpen my skills as well. I find this particularly useful, and I want to learn this because first, it is useful in daily life if I'm in needed ways to perform acrobatic acts or being flexible with my body during dire situations, such as, for example, emergency situations. This might be particularly helpful, and it's also a great way to exercise and train the body to keep it fit and well to do any sorts of activities, whether it's for my friends or family.
A prominent figure that I believe could be a role model for young people is Marie Curie. Marie Curie is a physicist and a chemist who is well known for her discovery of radiation, radium and polonium, as well as her huge contribution to finding cancer treatments. Not only that, she is also the only woman in history who has ever won a Nobel Prize in two significant different fields, physics and chemistry. I first learned about Marie Curie through a fiction book in 2015, namely Why, and later on, I watched her biography through YouTube videos. Mercury is a role model because of her unwavering dedication to scientific research and her perseverance in the male-dominated field at that time. Despite facing numerous obstacles and challenges through experiments, I think she showed a constant commitment through her work, and she demonstrates an immense courage and resilience. Her ability to balance her roles as a scientist, wife, and mother also exemplifies her extraordinary character as a person. Additionally, her contributions to science have had a lasting impact on medical research and treatments that showcase her legacy of improving human lives. When I knew the fact that her death is caused by anemia due to years of exposure to radiation through her work, I could feel her power of determination, intelligence, and the pursuit of knowledge, making her a true inspiration in my life, and therefore I believe she could be a suitable figure for young people worldwide nowadays.
Hello, good morning everybody. And in this bright morning, I would be very happy to share and describe about a photography that I like. Now, talking about photography, it turned out that I'm not really big fan of something that revolves around photo. I used to hate photo, like I think it's an unnecessary thing, and I was still questioning why do people still take photo nowadays. And everything was changed until I found an old photo that consists of me, my brother, and my mother. I couldn't really remember the specific age of mine in that photo, so I think it's around 3 years old, which means approximately 17 years old, 17 years ago. And I also could not really remember who took the photo. Um, I guess it's my father or my older brother, since they were not in the photo. And the reason I like the photo is because it brings me a nostalgic feeling, and I just felt like I'm being teleported into the childhood, into my own childhood, and it just makes me feel more relaxed because my childhood was a good memory for me. And until this moment, I still save the photo, and I used to look for a photo for every day, and because it just captures, it just portrays my childhood, and it makes me happy. And also, I knew the importance of photo since I saw that photo, and I knew that photo is very important because it just captures your past, and which contains memory. And I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello.
So, hello everyone. My name is Christian Sintong Batu, and I would like to tell you about something I would do to relax. So, as a student, every day I have to do so many homework and attend so many classes. Of course, it makes me feel stressed and exhausted. Therefore, I would sleep if I feel like that. Sleeping is a great way for me to get rapid recovery, to feel better. By sleeping, my mind will take a rest and unthink all of those problems, so it will, so do my mind will relax. I started this habit since I was in high school, especially senior high school, because there are so many assignments and projects in one day. I couldn't take a lot of them. So, Sleeping is one of my methods to get good grade too. Before a task like this or post task, even a huge task like a final task, I will sleep at 9 p.m. to prepare my mind still fresh when the task starts. So this method is approved by me. That's all. Thank you.
Hi guys, Sasa here, and today I would like to talk about the time where I actually missed my meeting. Well, technically I didn't miss the meeting, but I was late to a meeting and it was quite important for me. So that time I had to go to a mall called in Jakarta, and it was very far away from where I originally stayed in Jakarta. So I was there to meet a friend, my best friend actually, and she was coming all the way from another city just to meet me. So of course I had to meet her right. Probably the main factor of my delay was extreme traffic jam, and probably because it was in the peak hours of Jakarta. So the traffic congestion was very severe. It was real, and it was very bad that it led me to half an hour late from the estimated time. When I arrived there, I felt very awful because actually my best friend, she had another schedule after that. Like she had to catch a flight immediately after meeting me, and that made me very scared because if I messed her time schedules up, like she can actually miss her flight. But fortunately she was fine with it. She was chill, and she didn't actually miss her flight. So yeah, thank God. I was very happy that I got to see her. But there are still things that I remember the most, which is one of the most embarrassing moments I've ever had in my life, which is I broke a chair into half in a restaurant because I was so in a rush and I was so stressed. The thing is, my friend's family member, all of them are there, and yeah, that was quite of a bad moment. So lesson learned from this very bad experience is that you have to plan things out, you have to manage your time, and yeah, just estimate your time and never be late, guys. Yeah, I think that's it. So don't be late, guys. Bye bye.
Hello, my name is Cynthia, and in this opportunity, I will talk about a book that I've recently read. George Orwell is well recognized for his realistic and critical works, including the dystopian novel 1984 and the essay Shooting an Elephant. However, my personal favorite is the allegorical novella Animal Farm, published in 1945. In this masterpiece, Orwell crafts a powerful political allegory using a group of animals who revolt against the human owner. The narrative serves as a scathing critique of the Russian Revolution and the subsequent Stalinist era, which were unfolding during the book's writing and publication. The diverse cast of animal characters in Animal Farm cleverly represents prominent political figures of the time. For instance, the pig named Napoleon is a thinly veiled portrayal of Joseph Stalin, embodying his brutal leadership style and authoritarian tendencies. As the story progresses, Napoleon gradually consolidates power and begins to dominate the other animals, despite the initial establishment of egalitarian principles among them. Orwell's choice to use animals and a pastoral setting to convey his message is, in my view, ingenious. This approach makes the novel more accessible and relatable to a broader audience, allowing readers to grasp complex political concepts through familiar imagery. I first read Animal Farms during my second year of high school, and it left a lasting impression on me. The book's ability to distill complex political ideas into a simple yet profound narrative is truly remarkable. Moreover, Orwell's influence on society through his literature has been profound, opening people's eyes to the political issues that emerged in the aftermath of World War II.
Greetings, my name is Darren, and today I'd like to talk about an old person I know. She used to be my elementary school tutor teacher, but she also used to be my father's teacher. You see, my father and I share the same elementary school, albeit with a 30 years difference. And on his age, she still taught in that school, and that's why we know about her. Although she have been retiring for a long time, she still continues to teach many elementary students such as myself. I used to meet up with her at least twice a week, but the number could increase, especially on exam seasons. Unfortunately, I have to stop meeting up with her so often ever since I moved to another city to attend junior high school. However, my younger brother, who is still on elementary school, still gets to meet up with her even until today. And that passion and dedication of teaching are what's amazing about her. And not only she taught school materials such as science study and social study, she also taught about human morals such as how to focus on what's important, how to be honest, and also how to be respectful towards other people. And finally, her activity of teaching is not only helpful towards us students, but also towards herself. Even though she's already in her 70s or 80s, she still has a very bright mind. And I think that's what's amazing about her. I think that's all for me today. Thank you for watching, and I wish her the best.
Greetings. My name is Muhammad Maulana Dimas. The type of music that I usually like to listen to when I have free time, or my favorite type of music, is hip-hop. Mainly because ever since I was a child and ever since I was small, I've always listened to rap, hip-hop, those kind of music, so it became one of my favorite musics. One song that I really like is Pride by Kendrick Lamar. It's a song about self-doubt. Self-doubt that maybe in another universe you were better. Self-doubt that maybe in another universe you made some mistakes, but you overcame them. Self-doubt that maybe in another universe, that version of you never even existed at all. And I've heard about it when I was just chilling in my room, scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, like any other person do in this modern day and age. And then I stumbled across that music, and it just hooked me right away. The meaning behind it, the flow, the rhythm, everything just connected with me, and I came to really like it. And also, not only that, because Kendrick Lamar is one of my favorite, artists, because of all the art and music he's produced that is very high quality and have a deeper meaning. That is why I really like the music.
Hello, my name is Fatinur Vira, but you can call me Vira. Today I will talk about an exercise that I like to do every dawn, jogging. So jogging is basically running but slower, so you conserve more energy, thus enabling you to run for a longer period of times. I opt for jogging because where I live, there aren't any outlets or facilities for individual sports, so the only solitary exercise that I can do is jogging. I started jogging about 3 months ago. Initially, it was very hard, but now I can run 4 laps around a tennis court without taking breaks. Jogging is great for those who want an easy and quick exercise. Great for someone like me with limited time and budget, because jogging can be done anytime, anywhere. Unlike swimming, for example, which requires a pool and a swimming suit. I think jogging is a very amazing sport because it is basically free and it doesn't take any effort. You don't need to do any special training or lessons. It's also very fun and easy, and besides, it's great for cardio. So I think that's why jogging is very amazing, and that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, I am Fernanda Ngatimo, and today I will talk about one of the hobbies that I enjoy, which is drawing and painting. This is an activity that I do during my free time, typically between the 8 and 11 p.m. where I finish my class for the day. And this interest started since I was a child. As a child, I was really fascinated by the colors and the shapes around me, and I wanted to preserve those moments in a piece of paper so that I could admire those moments at any moment. But those passions have turned into a hobby to create a piece of artwork. So, as I grow older too, I realized that painting does not have a sole purpose as an object for people to admire, but also as a medium for people to express their emotion and feelings, such as sorrow, sadness, happiness, and even anger. And as a person who cannot really speak their emotion fully by verbal speaking, I find that this medium really is the best for me to express those emotions. With this medium, I could express how sad or how sorrow I am by making an artwork that really tells about all the emotion that I'm feeling at that moment. So this hobby is not just about making an art piece for people to admire, a beautiful art piece where people can admire and then go, but this also serves as a communication medium for people to express their feelings, because some things cannot really be said by just verbal speaking, but by using this medium we could really express our emotion with the colors and the shape and even the lines, and how rough, how smooth, or how vivid the colors are used in those art pieces. And that is my hobby, and I think that it is a really interesting hobby for people to have, because it really have so many purpose, and that's why I think this hobby is really important for me to shape who am I and express me. And that's it for today's speaking. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Florence Kailan Lauli. So today I'm going to talk about a piece of advice that I have received. So let's go back to 2 years ago when I started my college life and I chose to make it away from my home, away from my family. And as I expected that I was struggling and I faced a hard day. Every day was hard because of adaptation with new friends, new environment. And I realized that the only way to communicate with my family was by using the internet. So at the time I often felt anxious and even afraid to face the next day. In the end, I was thinking that I should talk about this to my dad. So I called my dad and I told him about my struggles, about my feelings. Because my dad is the best advisor for me, and he always talk and reinforce me through my belief, which is based on the Bible. And then he gave me a superpower words. The words are, so then don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Today has enough trouble of its own. And these words are really strengthening me. Because of this, you can see me as a person who learns from yesterday, lives for today, and plans for tomorrow. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Darren, and today I'm going to talk about a performance that I like the most. Well, when I was a child, my father would take me to the outskirts of the city to see a local festival. It was a Caranese festival created to present their culture that originated from the highlands of North Sumatra. Well, inside the festivals, there is various performance like traditional dancing, black magic presentation, And then there's Puppet Control, and the one that I admire the most, the Food Bazaar. Well, Karen's food is quite different from other because their saltiness, their sweetness, they manage to combine it with their spiciness. Well, from my overall experience, it was a really enjoyable festival. My father will also took a part in it, especially because my father's friend will ask him to do so. Well, from my view, their culture is comparable to those in Egypt and Greece. And that's all for my presentation. Thank you.
So during my time in Jakarta while preparing for university, my friends Nadine, Astrid, and I decided to visit Kota Tua. Well, initially we planned to go by car there, but we opted for the train due to its affordability. Well, none of us had ever taken a train before, so it was completely a new experience for us. Well, naturally this came with its fair share of challenges. The first hurdle was figuring out how to purchase train tickets. While unsure of where to start, we turned to Google and turned out that Gojek offered a convenient way to buy tickets. With tickets in our hand, our next challenge was finding our way to train stations on foot. Despite relying on Google Maps, we ended up getting lost amidst the bustling city streets, which was really stressful for us. Well, eventually, after what felt like a long and around journey, we finally arrived at the train station, but unfortunately we got into the wrong platform. So we asked the security, and thankfully the security helped us to got into the right platform. Well, once inside the train, we were pleasantly surprised. Contrary to rumors we'd heard about crowded and also dirty trains, ours was clean and also comfortable. As we embarked on our journey, the views from the train window mesmerized us, offering glimpses of Jakarta that we had never seen before. It was truly enjoyable experiences filled with memories that we will cherish for years to come.
Hi, my name is Tiffany, and today I'm going to be talking about a time when I had to use my imagination to solve a problem. So I'm pretty sure all high school students agree that when it comes to science subjects, the most difficult and the most complex one has to be physics. And personally, I used to hate physics a lot because I couldn't solve the questions because I really only depended on equations. And so basically, around 2 years ago, during my first year of high school, on the last final semester exam, I had to go through a physics exam on the subject mechanics. And honestly, mechanics was such a nightmare because even just to solve one single question, you have to incorporate a lot of different concepts. And I struggled with it a lot because I couldn't really imagine or picture out how these forces act upon an object. So during that exam, I came across this question where an object had to go through like a tunnel and it has a lot of friction going on it. And I was struggling a lot because I could not imagine the object and the friction and how it correlated to each other. But I ended up using my imagination to solve that question. So basically what I did was I pictured myself doing certain forces on the object and tried to imagine how the friction would act upon the object. And in the end, I was able to get the answer right, and I was really proud of it because apparently a lot of my friends got it wrong. But because I used my imagination that day, I was able to get it right. And ever since that exam, I started to use my imagination more and more when it comes to solving physics problems because I used to only depend on equations. And now that I'm using my imagination more, I can kind of conceptualize the idea in my head and kind of get the idea of how the object is supposed to act. And now that I'm using this method of learning, I feel like physics has gotten way more fun than it used to be because I used to hate it a lot, but now I kind of like it more. So yes, thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Irene Sintong and I'm from BIM Taman Science Batch 4. So today I will be doing my speaking practice about speaking IELTS part 2. So I will be telling you about a member of my family that I truly love very much and I get along very well with her. She is my mother and she usually goes by Mrs. Silitonga even though her actual name is Nuroliana. But she goes by it because of my family name or our surname. For me, my mom is the strongest person I have ever known. In fact, she is very courageous, and through wavering times, she always knows how to put like every best solutions that is there for that particular problems. But she is very aware of everything. Besides, she is very kind, and she knows how to deal with every problems. Like basically, um, on our leisure times, we are usually keen on like swimming together, even though she is very old for her age. I mean, like 51, but she's able to like swim very cool and very good. And there is like some kind of ritual. I wouldn't say ritual, but like after we have finished swimming, we usually go drinking coconut water because it is we view that as a proper nourishment for us after doing like some tiresome work or some difficult thing to bear. So it is actually a matter of forgiveness to get along very well with her because like as a family we always put communication as above all because communication is the key for a very good family. And whenever we don't meet eye to eye, one of us will usually come up and like apologize and everything will be better after that. So that is all I want to say. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kezia and here I'm going to talk about a song that I recently liked. It is called Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish. This song is one of her most recent releases in 2024, and its genre is pop music. This song delves into a bond that lasts until death and unbreakable by anything. This song also has been trending for some time now, but I didn't really take a notice into it because it wasn't really my typical type of song until my big sister, mentioned it to me that this song reminded her about our bond. The lyric that goes like, "Birds of a feather, we should stick together," ultimately reminded us about how we're always growing up together despite being separated by so many times when she had to enroll in a boarding school, when she had to pursue her education abroad, when I myself had to enroll in a boarding school the same as she was in, and also eventually we intersected our path in here in Jakarta, where she's having her internship and where I'm having my scholarship training. In the end of the conversation, I think that and we promised that we have to never cut our bond, cut our ties. We have to stick together first until death do us apart. If that's too dramatic, I think until we never have to cut our ties. Until now, this song has been in my top playlist, and yes, that is the reason.
Hello everyone, I'm Elora, and now I would like to tell you about my hobby. I've got this really cool hobby that I absolutely love, learning language. It's something that really opened up my world and lets me connect with people from all over. Since I was 10 years old, I really like to learn language, such as French, German, Korean, and Japanese. People who are into language come from all sorts of backgrounds. Some are traveled who enjoy getting to know local on a deeper level, while others, like me, just find language fascinating and love exploring grammar and vocabulary. Learning language is all about diving into its words, grammar rules, and cultural context. Growing up in Indonesia, where are there so many different local language has really fueled my passion for language. Being surrounded by diverse dialect has shown me just how rich language can be, and it inspired me to learn even more beyond what's spoken around me. In the end, learning language isn't just something I do for fun. It's a journey that connects me to others and help me understand with the different cultures. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tius and today I would like to explain about a language that I have learned before. So, what is the language? The language is Mandarin or Chinese language, which is often used by the Chinese people. I was able to learn this language because I was taught by the Chinese people, or specifically a teacher who is proficient at Chinese, who was provided by the BEAM scholarship, which is shortened for Beasiswa Indonesia Maju. Personally, I found it difficult to learn Mandarin because Mandarin has their own writing style, which is called Hanzi and Pinyin. Hanzi is some sort of calligraphy writing style to write the Chinese words, and the users are required to write the pattern steps by steps according to the pattern. And Pinyin is the global type of alphabets for Chinese language. Actually, Chinese or Mandarin is provided by many schools in my hometown, but unfortunately my school does not provide any. So therefore I found it difficult to learn Chinese or Mandarin from the scratch or from the bottom pit of the mastery. Nevertheless, I am grateful to learn this language because Mandarin is predicted to be one of the language that can be used globally and can help me in the future.
Hello everyone, I'm listener Sasa and today I want to deliver my response to the IELTS Speaking Test Part 2. And today's prompt is, describe a moment when you took a class and very memorable to you. Well, it was a moment when I had to attend a class held by the National Researchers and Scientists Association. As I do remember, this class had to be attended by the National Research Competitions medalists. Well, I remember I was terrified as I thought people would be really scary, really ambitious, really self-centered, and also they can be really competitive as well. Well, in the end of the day, this class was held for about 3 days, and for the last day, it was really hard for us to say goodbye with each other because we have to celebrate the farewell party. Well, for me, it was really hard because I was coming from North Sumatra and my friends were coming from Central Java. And when the class has ended, we had to separate it really far away and to keep in touch only in social media. Well, competition is still a competition, and we had to become a rival back then. And also we had to supporting each other by saying a supportive sentence like you can do it or maybe see you in the next competition. Well, I do remember that this class was meant to be a preparation for the international research competition in the Middle East, and I was not selected in the class because maybe my research not that interesting, or maybe some of my friends was more shining rather than me. But it's okay because it was really fun for me, as I do remember the funny moment when we had to introduce ourselves in front of the class. Well, as I mentioned before, I thought people would be really competitive and ambitious and also self-centered. But the moment when we introduced ourselves, it was a funny moment because some of us even misspelled their own name as they are really nervous. And also they were like unconsciously saying that they were coming from places that don't even exist in a map. And that was really funny, and it turns out into our internal jokes, and it strengthens our relationship. Well, it was really fun, and I think I would like to attend such class because I can find people that have a same interest like research in in the field of the research. That's all for me. See ya.
Hello, my name is Indra, and now I would like to tell you what my favorite time of day is. Now, my favorite time of day that I usually like to spend on the weekends is usually in the afternoon, approximately 1 till 5 p.m. Usually because I wake up pretty late, usually at 11 a.m. So I would use my time to have lunch and take a shower, and then at 1 p.m. it's basically free reign. I can do whatever I want, from chilling, lazing around, playing video games, or maybe do something productive like try cooking, studying, or doing my homework. Occasionally the family invites me to go outside, to go in a specific place, or maybe friends if I had any. But I would say I really like that time because of how flexible it is and how nice the weather usually is back in my hometown in Bali, especially my room. It's kind of packed between a lot of different buildings. So yeah, the place is usually really nice, especially when I'm a bit tired. Usually when I wake up earlier in the morning, I tend to be slightly tired and a bit exhausted from the days before on the weekdays. So I usually use my time approximately at 3 or 4 p.m. to take a really nice rest in my room. Usually the temperature is just nice perfectly at that time frame for some reason. Even when the sun's not out and it's raining cats and dogs outside, it just makes my room way more cozy, and I sleep like a polar bear at hibernation. So yeah, thanks for listening, and I guess that's all. Thank you.
My name is Miracle, and just 2 weeks ago, I finished reading a book entitled A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. From the title itself, you could probably tell that it is a murder mystery book. I discovered this book a while ago, but it was popular, and it has been popular from when it was first released in 2019. It is a very solid book, in my opinion, with an unexpected flow and plot twists everywhere. I read this book digitally, so it was very easy for me to pick it up and start reading. It took me around 2 weeks to finish reading this book, and I never found any part of the book mundane. It always had something new to offer to the plot. It was actually a very simple story about a high school teenage girl who had the guts to investigate a murder mystery that haunted her neighborhood 5 years ago. As a non-native speaker, I was looking for an easy-to-read book, and I think this book is perfect for students who want to practice their English reading skills. I do think this is not everybody's cup of tea though, because I think it is most suitable for teenagers around my age. For context, this year I am 17 years old. This is the author's first book, and I think with her writing style, her books are marketable and consumable for all age groups, ranging from children, well, maybe not that far, to adults. And I think that wraps up my short book review for today, and I thank you all for watching.
Hello. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Nadine. I'd like to talk about a cherished family activity that holds a special place in my heart. Ever since I was young, my family had this unique tradition of going for a drive almost every night. My father would be the driver, while the rest of us settled comfortably in our seats. These drives were more than just car rides. They were adventures through the city. We'd drift along flyovers, surrounded by beautiful scenery and also city lights, creating a memorable time spent for us. I mostly remember the part where we were always stopping for street foods. Oh wow, the aroma filling the car. It even makes me hungry right now. What I loved most was how these drives brought us together after our busy days. We would naturally put our phones aside and enjoy the journey and each other's company. Our conversations were filled with struggles, silly things, and even randomly got into deeper discussions. Now, As a student living in a dormitory, I find myself being nostalgic about these simple yet deep moments. They've become a symbol of family bonding for me. I can't wait for my next visit home. Looking forward to repeating this activity and creating new memories with my loved family. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Naila Sabazara and I would like to deliver a destination I have visited that is very special to me. Last December, my family and I embarked on a memorable holiday to Malaysia, where we explored some of the country's iconic landmarks. Among the bustling attractions like the Twin Towers, Salama Bridge, and KLCC, the standout experience was our visit to the Arts Mall, a newly opened destination at the time. What made it truly special was its rooftop park, which left a lasting impression on me. I was over the moon when I visited it. The panoramic view of Kuala Lumpur city lights from the rooftop park was simply breathtaking. As dusk settled, the skyline illuminated, casting a magical glow over the entire cityscape. Strolling through the park, I was captivated by the lush greenery and diverse flora that adorned the surroundings. The park also featured by vibrant kids' playgrounds, which are my younger brother's favorite. What made this visit truly unforgettable was its timing, as it marked the perfect conclusion to my 2023. Being there with my family and surrounded by such beauty and joy made it a cherished moment that I will always treasure. And that's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sasa, and in this opportunity I will tell you guys about my particular hobby. And in my spare time, I usually play basketball, mostly basketball. When I play basketball, there is two common characterization that I have found in people who play basketball. It's either a person with a big body and formidable strength, or a person with average size of body but have the agile speed. There is only one ultimate purpose of playing basketball, is to create more points than your opponent made within the time given. And the thing that I consider unique in playing basketball is the gameplay that match with the person. Mostly about the size of each person. For example, if you consider yourself as a person who have a big sized body, you can play the role either a center or a power forward that requires great strength and formidable footwork. And also, if you have an average size of body but you assume yourself is as a person who have agile speed, you can play the role of shooting guard, point guard, or even small forward. That requires you to play smart on the court and have a good dribbling and a good skill of passing. And that is why I consider basketball as a sport that I really like.
Hi, my name is Niputori Afiani Sefitarati, and you can call me Afe. Today, I want to tell you about the latest gift I gave to someone. Last week is my friend's birthday, and her name is Dinda. Dinda is such a hardworking, such a clever, and she always up for fun activities. She also such a great listener, and I think that makes our friendship truly meaningful and special. To mark her birthday, my friends and I decided to give her a meaningful gift. We decided to give her a giant unicorn doll. It has a delightful color mix of blue, white, and yellow. Well, we chose that present because Dinda is such a big fan of dolls. She already has three in her room, but she doesn't have the unicorn doll yet. So we decided to give her that, and she also adores the color blue. When we gave her the doll, her reaction was priceless. She was overjoyed and she couldn't stop hugging it. Well, she also said it was very cute. Seeing her happy make all of us feeling happy too. And I think it was a great and a perfect way to celebrate her. Well, that's all from me. Thank you for listening and bye-bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Tius and I would like to share my this particular topic. It is my favorite place to shop. Well, there is this place called Superindo. Well, Superindo is actually a famous market in Indonesia, but the one I remembered is located on Java Island, specifically on South Bangka. Well, my mother would drop me to this market once or twice a week, since we have to restock our daily or weekly needs. Well, since it was a convenience store, it sells a lot of stuff and a lot of random objects even. Well, it sells from fresh food like fish, meat, veggies, and etc. to an ordinary item like notebook or even toys. Who would even buy toys in a supermarket, right? Well, it is one of the reason or how this store satisfies customer. The other reason will be it is affordable since you can buy goods with a cheap price, and also it is located on near village and near other facilities like train stations, so it will be convenience. People would to go by there would buy there. Thank you.
So my name is Vania and I would like to tell you about a time where I gave my friend an advice. So in my dormitory room, suddenly someone barged into my room and started crying. I was very surprised because I was sleeping and suddenly I was awake with someone crying in front of my bed. And it turned out it was my friend, and she confessed that after she did her papers on the last semester examination session, she messed up. She confessed to me that way, and I was really confused on what to tell her because we took different subjects for the test. Like she took business management and I took philosophy, so I did not know how to consult her. But one thing that I know for sure is that she did her best at the time, and I want her to respect herself at the time because it was the best that she could do. And to my surprise, I didn't think that she would take on my advice so seriously because I didn't think I was a good enough friend to her. But it turned out that when she became the representative speaker for our batch examination sessions, she recited my advice in front of everyone and told that she was very grateful to have accepted that because due to that she was able to went through the rest of the exams well, and she didn't regret her decisions that much because all of us knew that because it was the last and the finals of our examination, we did try our best. And I'm really glad that I was able to show her that she was a very capable person and she should have respected her old self better, and that worked. And in the end, when the results came out, she actually gained a decent score and she passed. I'm really glad, but despite knowing all that, I was most happy when she accepted herself for who she is. So I think that's all for me. Thank you.